All right, one last midnight. Welcome back to another episode of Astroneer. So excuse the holy shirt here. Today is gardening day, and I'm going to be out digging holes. And speaking of digging, Astroneer has a whole new DEFORM ad. And so I hope you guys enjoy the video. So in the next update of Astroneer, they've introduced a new terrain ad. So that's the DEFORM ad. Now, I have the old ad turned on. So let's compare the old ad to the new ad. So the old ad just kind of added terrain to wherever your cursor was at. And so as the terrain started to go up, you'll notice that the terrain always kind of moved forward towards you. That's because what's happening is you're adding terrain and the polygons are changing. It's picking up the next polygon and it's kind of just pushing it towards you, which is not really that useful. It's kind of hard. Like if I wanted to make a pillar, there's no way that I could make a pillar because it would always pull the terrain forward towards me. So the new terrain ad, which is found inside of the options, you'll see that there's a new item here for terrain tool add mode, which is now set to classic. But if I set it to new, we'll get a completely different functionality. So when I go ahead and add terrain now, it's actually adding to the polygon in which it is sampling to. So you could see that it's pretty easy to continue to make a pillar. And I can continue to keep going up and up and up and up and up and up and not have to worry about it pulling it towards me. See, this is the old, this is the new. This is fantastic. I mean, this is really great. So if you start adding and you say, hey, look, I like that polygon, and you like pulling it up, or if you come over here to the side and say, oh, well, let me extrude this polygon, it's going to pull out towards that side. It's going to pull out to whatever polygon you have it set to. Very similar to the smoothing mechanism, right? So if you're smoothing, let's say we're going to cut down into a cave and we wind up smoothing, you can see that it samples whatever polygon I'm on. So there would be that angle. Or if I choose, let's say this angle right here, here's this angle. The same thing is happening now with the ad. And I like it. I like it a lot. I think this is a great inclusion to the terrain deformation tool, because that old style before where it would pull towards you was almost impossible to do very creative modeling. So let's go ahead and switch it back. And again, if I was going to try to do something similar to the pillar, you would almost have to either be directly on top of it where I put it underneath me and I grow myself upward, or you would have to, you know, get close to it and try to add just incrementally up. And you can see even with this, it's starting to pull it towards me. It's starting to arc over. I mean, I could see some cases to continue to keep the old terrain ad in place, but I don't know that I would honestly turn it back on again. The new terrain ad is much more useful, and I really enjoy having it in there. I mean, this is great. Look at this. Look at this. That's fantastic. That is incredible to be able to make something like this and not have to worry about, you know, either starting on top of yourself or whatever the case might be. And this is true for being in the cave system as well. You know, now it's really easy to pull down, you know, a direct pillar with this new ad. And so here's a pillar that is almost vertical, looking really good. And it's a great start for like a wall. So let's say, oops, I don't know why I got that in my hand, but let's say I want to just like find a polygon here where I can start flattening out. Like this looks pretty good. And then I have this really quickly, I've got this great wall. I mean, look at this wall. I mean, this is a little off. It's got an angle to it, but you know, it looks really good. You know, beforehand it was really tough to try to get, you know, something like this accomplished. You would really have to fiddle with it to try to get a nice vertical pillar, you know, but with this terrain ad, it's pretty simple. I mean, if you find the right polygon, you just pull it down, very similar to smoothing and deforming that you would normally do. So I think this is a really great addition. I'm really happy that they've added this to the game. You know, it's something that I've been hoping for a long time. So I'm pretty excited for this change. All right, so that was it for me. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. We've got a great community of people here. If you want to follow me on any of my social media, you can find the links in the description below, and make sure to hit that notification bell. That way you know when I go live and when I post new videos. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.